So so I remember this for later, what would you say my excuse for not getting this up about 3 hours ago would be?
Got some fuck.
Got some fuck? Okay.
No, or you can just always say, you can always say, do you want some fuck? Just don't ask.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you can always say, don't ask, don't tell.
Don't ask, don't
Got
tell.
raped.
Got raped.
Say that you got locked in a storage compartment. Say that you got locked in a trunk.
For 4 hours.
Yes.
Sounds legit.
I was locked in my car for 4 hours.
Okay. Hey there guys, Reckoning here, welcome back to Let's Read Katawa Shoujo. In the last episode, we did something. I don't know, it was a week ago. But, as you can see, we're not technically in the novel right now, because I wanted to explain just a couple of things before we get started. And this may explain why I'm kind of behind on this. Well, not really behind, but I should have more of a backlog of videos. Because I'm recording this September 30th, so, you know, more episodes go up Monday. And I kind of have to record the next week's worth of episodes, you know, now. Because this is the only chance I get for about a week. So, yeah. Now, as to why I had so much of a gap in between recording, it's kind of to explain to myself as well. Emmy is my least favorite of all the girls. And that's just from Winslet. 16 now? Or is it 14? Well, let's call him CJ. When CJ did his LP of this, you know, a few months ago, he went for Emmy's route. And from what I saw of that, I didn't really like her personality. Like, she's alright, but I just don't like her personality. But maybe going through it and experiencing it for myself will change my opinion. I don't think it'll change it much, but maybe it will. And that being said, as I stated before, I have to record the next 5 episodes all in a row. And I've been battling a headache for, well, most of the day. Great. So about 2.5 hours of recording I have to do now. Oh boy. Now, I don't want extras, god damn it. Load. Piracy on the high seas. Ooh. So yeah, let's get started. Strange that it feels so natural for me to go up on the roof these days. I never would have done such a thing in my old school. In those days, I liked to eat alone. No, that's not quite true. Though I like to sit alone, I also like to watch people. I always figured that was the sort of person I was, but it appears I was wrong. Then again, I also thought I was the sort of person who had a normal heart, so there you have it. I don't know myself that well. Now I'm on the roof so that I can have lunch with a couple of people. And they're both girls, which is even stranger. Oddly enough, I feel closer to Emmy and Ren than I felt to anyone at my old school. Somehow I get the feeling they'd at least visit me if I wound up in the hospital. I focus on the view from the roof, banishing such thoughts from my head. There's a light breeze blowing and the sun is shining high in the sky. The sky itself is a deep blue, with hardly a cloud in it. It's gotten pleasantly warm, and as I sit down away from my friends, I close my eyes and enjoy the feeling of the sun seeping into my skin. Voices intrude upon the edge of hearing. Seems to have fallen asleep on us, Ren. Maybe he's faking, to lull us into a false sense of security. Why would he do that? No idea. Still, you make a good point. We should kick him or something to make sure he's really asleep. Huh? What? Emmy looms over me like only a short girl can, peering at me intently. Oh, you're awake. Guess we don't have to kick you then. Was it part of your master plan? What are you talking about? Ren'Py shrugs, her twin tails bouncing with emotion. I'm not sure either. Must be pretty tired to fall asleep out here. Although it's pretty comfortable, I suppose. She plops down next to me and begins to eat. Ren sits opposite from the two of us, a move which only makes me more aware of the girl sitting next to me. If I didn't know any better, I'd swear Ren did it on purpose. I concentrate on my food, trying to tune out the majority of the conversation that Ren and Emmy are having. Despite my best efforts, however, I still find myself glancing over at Emmy whenever she speaks. I notice how she purses her lips when she's thinking about something, squinting slightly as if that would improve her thinking ability. Ren says something that makes Amy laugh, and I notice, perhaps for the first time, how she laughs with her whole body, rocking back and forth, head thrown back, almost like she's about to fall over. I probably look like a creep. It's about this time that I realize Amy's looking at me. Her voice raised slightly, so she probably just asked me a question. Huh? Sorry, I kinda zoned out there for a moment. Amy rolls her eyes, while a slight quirk of the eyebrow is the only sign that Ren is even paying attention. I said, did you get a career survey in your class too? You know, one of those, what do you want to do after high school things? I don't think so. Maybe we'll get one tomorrow. What are you going to put down? That's a really good question. I guess I always figured I'd go to college after high school, but I have no idea what I'd do once I got there. And with a heart attack and all, I'd really be concentrating on each day as it came, rather than making long-term plans. I suppose I can safely start planning ahead again. I always like having at least a vague plan for my future, so it'll be nice to come up with one again. Of course, that doesn't change the fact that right now I've got absolutely no clue. Always kind of assumed I figured out in college. That I'd just become a salaryman. It's pretty popular. But do I really want to? That's a tough question. I guess I don't really want to do anything. You don't sound very excited about that one, do you? She laughs as she says this, and I'm caught up in her laugh again. It's so girlish, high and giggly, like a, well, pardon the cliche, like a babbling brook. It bubbles out of her, starting in her belly and working its way up to her throat. I can't help but laugh myself. It's infectious. Yeah, I guess I'm pretty unhappy with the salaryman idea. But to be honest, I haven't given much thought to the future recently. I suppose that these days I've been more concerned with living one day at a time. Emmy considers this for a moment and grins. That's a pretty good idea, Sal. I just wrote down, pirate. I'm momentarily stunned, then I start laughing. I stop myself and manage to gasp out a question. You're not actually serious, are you? Emmy looks mock offended. But I got the legs for it already, so I just kind of figured that's... Even Ren seems amused by this. Just you wait, I'll be the terror of the high seas. I'll show you all. I've even been working on my pirate voice. She suddenly springs up and begins swaggering up and down the rooftop, shouting orders. Yar me hearties! Give him a broadside with the long guns! We'll wear their guts for garters! Do you even know what that means? Ren's unexpected interruption stops Emmy in her tracks. Not really. But it's all in the delivery. The ringing of the bell prevents her from demonstrating her point further. Emmy dashes off immediately, leaving Ren and myself alone on the roof. Ren stares at me intently for a few moments. Is there something wrong? Ren considers this question closely for a moment. After a lengthy pause, she shakes her head. Nope. Oh, why the staring then? Ren shakes her head again. Nope, I don't get it. Get what? The staring thing. You two seem to, but I don't. Great, she saw me staring. Now she probably thinks I'm a pervert or something. Actually, probably not. This is Ren we're talking about after all. Still, I feel the need to defend myself. I wasn't staring. I was just tired. Ren actually snorts at this, but doesn't say anything. No, really, I was just distracted is all. Eager to end this conversation, I head back down to class. I'm greeted by the twin specters of Shizune and Misha, looking like they mean business. Well, Shizune looks like she means business anyway. Misha just looks like she's about to start laughing at any minute. Up on the roof again, He-chan? You know that's dangerous, don't you? That's right. The school cannot be held responsible for any injury that comes from being up there, you know. Furthermore, we could report you for breaking the rules. Misha leans in and whispers conspiratorially. But we won't, He-chan. You three are too cute together. She straightens up again, laughing at my sudden blush. Wah! Yes! You're too easy to tease, He-chan. Hey, come on. You're still new here, sort of. Isn't it mean to pick on the newcomer like this? Nope. It's to help you get acclimated to your new surroundings. Ah, I see. Well, do you have to be so overzealous about it? Yep. Ah, that aside, He-chan, we were looking for you this morning, but you weren't in your room. Of course I wasn't. I was out for my morning exercise or here in class bright and early. Unlike you. That wasn't needed. Shizune looks peeved, and a beat later so does Misha, or she tries to at any rate. That's because of student council business. You should be grateful that we worked so hard for you. Oh, I am. So what'd you need me for? Not another attempt to rope me in to do the dirty work, I hope. We had to give you something, but since you weren't around, we dropped that off in your room. Something? Like what? Oh, you'll find out when you get back, He-chan. Wah! Muto entering the room ends our conversation. We all head to our seats. It's only after I've settled down at my desk and the teacher started talking about something or other that something odd strikes me. What did Ren'Py and you two seem to? Was Eri staring at something too? For a brief moment, I considered the possibility that Emmy was staring at me the way I was staring at her. Of course, that's ridiculous. Still, I can't deny that I wouldn't mind if it were true. But it's best not to think of that. No need to get my hopes up. Come to think of it, when did I start having hopes like that anyway? I shake my head in an attempt to clear it and focus on the lesson. After class, I make my way to my room. Muto really piled on the homework today. Before I can open my door, however, I am suddenly intercepted by Kenji, who has just exploded out of his room in a flurry of papers. Hey, we need to talk. These rooftop shenanigans of yours, man. They gotta stop. What? You're running around on the rooftop with the Limbless Wonders. God damn it, Kenji. They're women, man. You get yourself killed running around like that. I don't follow. Kenji sighs and adjusts his glasses before what could be understood as an attempt at explaining himself patiently. Look, we're friends, so I'm telling you this for your own good. But if I were going to kill someone, I'd do it by throwing them off the roof and making it look like an accident. Huh. Interesting, Kenji. Interesting. Makes you wonder, does he kill you? Ah! Makes you wonder. And if I thought of it, you can be sure they've thought of it too. Well, yeah, Kenji. I'm pretty sure we know you've thought of it. I mean, it's possible you did it. Possible. We don't know. He was drunk off his ass. They're crafty. Almost as crafty as I am. I see. Good. I'm glad we had this chat. Loan me 500 yen. I'm sorry? I need to get a drink, man. I've been inside all day and the tap water's been compromised, as I'm sure you know. So I need to stock up on something canned, got it? But to do that, I need 500 yen. And since I just saved your life with my timely advice, you can at least spare me 500 yen. I'm just going by prices over here in America, but I don't think a drink is gonna run you 500 yen. Because if I know my conversions right, it's around 75 yen to $1. So, how many drinks is he buying? Of course, I could be wrong on the conversion rate, but I'm pretty sure it's around 75 yen to a US dollar. You know, if it'll make him go away, 500 yen is a bargain. I hand the money over to Kenji, who nods in thanks and dashes off down the hallway, but not before he locks his door. What an exhausting person. I'd better go, in case he changes his mind. As I close the door, my heel taps against something lying on the floor. It's a brightly colored rectangle of paper. Ah, this must be the something Misha mentioned before. Probably a student council leaflet she slid under the door. However, when I pick it up, I find that I couldn't have been more wrong. Someone actually wrote me an old-fashioned handwritten paper letter. Who bothers doing something like that in this day and age anyway? Yet, as unlikely as the prospect of receiving one sounds, this is definitely a letter I have in my hands. I was planning on finishing my homework, getting some dinner, and going to bed in order to be ready for tomorrow's morning run. However, the letter has naturally caught my interest. I set up my desk to examine it properly. It's the first piece of mail I've received here at Yamaku, so it'd feel special even if it wasn't something as rare as a handwritten letter. What causes me even more trepidation is the name of the sender, written neatly on the back of the envelope. Iwanako. I have no idea why she would write to me. I haven't been in contact with anyone from my old school since I transferred, and Iwanako is the last person I'd expect to want to write me a letter. The last time I saw Iwanako was terribly awkward, embarrassingly so. She came to my hospital room, peeled me an apple out of courtesy, then we practically sat in silence for half an hour. She said goodbye and didn't look me in the eye when she closed the door. It might have been a natural end to the series of visits that were probably pretty painful for both of us. Every time she visited me in the hospital, I wanted to talk to her, but something stopped me every time. Every time that I didn't speak made the next time even harder. She looked so guilty that I didn't want to say anything that might upset her, and I never could figure out the right words to say. I think Iwanako blamed herself for my heart attack. That's ridiculous, of course, but knowing it and believing it are two very different things. I told her that it wasn't her fault. She nodded, and I really think she understood it. If it hadn't been that, then sooner or later something else would have made my heart give out. Yet she looked so hopelessly sad every time she opened that door and entered my room. So I never managed to say the things I wanted to say. In the end, that might have hurt her even more. Carefully, I opened the letter and drew out the folded letter from within. Dear Hisao, how are you? I hope you are well and happy at your new school. Everyone here misses you. Almost all of our second-year class got put in class through one for the final year, so we're pretty comfortable right from the beginning of the year. I'm sure you would have been assigned to this class as well. The mood among the third year seems to be very anxious about the final exams, even though they're so far away. The teachers are badgering us about it all the time. Even old Mr. Tachibana, who is, by the way, our homeroom teacher this year. Would you believe it? I was sure that he'd retire after our second year, but here he is nagging everyone about studying for exams. I think things like that are the main reason why the mood among the third years is so nervous. I must admit that I'm somehow losing confidence in myself as well, even though I've always fared reasonably well on exams. It's so weird to think we're already seniors, isn't it? Time has really flown past. I wonder where it went. The new first year seems so young and somehow really innocent. I keep wondering if I was like them in my first year. I've been feeling nostalgic like this for the whole first trimester. There are other things I want to say. I'm writing to you because I felt there are things I should have said after the incident back in winter. I really regret that I wasn't able to say them in person, and I have no excuse for it. Yeah, I think I've had quite enough of this. I crumple up the sheet of paper and toss it across the room. My aim is off, so the letter rolls under my nightstand instead of going into my wastebasket. That was an apology for abandoning me, except that I don't know that I really need it anymore at this point. The hospital seems like a lifetime ago, and here now I've got other things on my mind. Emmy, for starters. It wasn't great to be abandoned during my stay, but it's not something I've worried about anymore. In fact, I hadn't even thought about the hospital in what feels like forever until this letter came in. It's almost annoying to have received it. I've got exams to study for myself. I have no time for the past. Now, about that homework. So what's the plan for today, anyway? I'm waiting patiently in the hallway of the girls' dormitory just outside of Emmy and Ren's rooms. Emmy's apparently helping Ren with getting dressed. I suppose that makes perfect sense, as I have no idea how Ren would get dressed otherwise. Picnic! Picnic? That's what I said. Sounds pretty exciting. I know, right? Ren chooses this moment to make an observation. The sky seems threatening today. Actually, I noticed that too on my way over. Despite the sunshine of the early morning, the afternoon seems to have taken a turn for the gloomy. There's a heaviness to the air as well that usually heralds its rainstorm. Wonder if I should have brought my umbrella. She's got a point. Abby, you sure you still want to risk getting caught in the rain? I don't even know why I bothered asking. Abby pops out of Ren's room into the hallway, shocked that I didn't even suggest canceling our plans. Of course! What, the threat of Ren's supposed to stop me? I can't help but grin at her belligerent response. It's almost like she's daring the rain to come. If Mother Nature were walking down the street, I think Amy would probably start a fight with her. Or at least challenge her to a race. In fact, Amy seems almost aggressively cheerful today. Ren wanders out into the hallway, looking her usual self. Well then, are we all ready to go? I'm ready. Ren nods and says a single word. Basket. Beg pardon? The basket. In Emmy's room. You should carry it. Emmy claps a hand to her mouth, embarrassed. Oh my gosh, you almost got all about it. Nice save, friend. Emmy darts into her room and emerges with what looks like a very well-stocked picnic basket. As she hands it over to me, I note that it feels heavy enough to be one, too. Good lord, how much food did she pack? More to the point, where did she get the money for all this? So, we set to head out? Yep! Ren gives another nod, and we head out of the dormitory. I can't help but frown when I notice how gray the sky has gotten in the 10 minutes I was inside. Still, Emmy does not seem concerned by such petty concerns as the color of the sky. She's positively skipping as we walk. Which reminds me, where are we going? This brings Emmy up short and she shoots me an embarrassed look. You know, I hadn't really thought of that. What do you think, Sal? Well, there's the spot where we ate during the festival, but it might be nice to leave the campus for a while. However, I'm not sure if there's any good place to do that in town. Just as I'm about to open my mouth, Ren unexpectedly interjects with a suggestion. There's a park in town near the art shop. Great idea, Ren. I totally forgot all about that place. Crisis averted. Do you know how to get there, Ren? Ren shrugs. It's pretty likely. Good enough for me. I would prefer knowing for sure, but what the hell. Lead on, Ren. The three of us quickly make our way off campus and take the road down into town. This basket's a bit heavy. I hope the park is close by. We pass the art supply store, Ren slowing her pace slightly as we go by. Emmy notices Ren's change of pace and stops. You want to go in, Ren? Ren shrugs. Nothing I need. You sure? There's the slightest flutter of a smile on Ren's face, quickly replaced with her usual expression. Life's uncertain, but on this at least I'm pretty sure. Nice of you to offer. Well, it's not like I'm the one carrying the basket. But I bet Hisao wouldn't have minded anyway, right? Well, of course not. This is hardly a heavy load. I flex for emphasis. Emmy stifles a snort of laughter by pointing to the park at which we suddenly arrived. Oh, I remember this place. I ran into you here that one time, didn't I, Ren? Ren's eyebrow raises slightly. Maybe. I'm unwilling to say for certain one way or the other. Memory is a tricky thing, you know. Well, I'll be. We made it in one piece after all. The sun's still nowhere to be seen, but neither Emmy nor Ren seem to mind. We find a spot to sit on the grass and I set the basket down gratefully. There's a surprising amount of food prepared. Maybe we're supposed to be joined by some of Emmy's teammates or something? I'm starving. Dig in. She attacks the food as if she's had nothing to eat for years. I'm just reaching for the food myself when I hear the first drop of rain land on the back of my hand. Uh-oh. Looks like the weather's not going to cooperate with us after all. Emmy's face, by the way. Emmy glares at the sky as if that alone will hold back the rain. I very nearly believe she can do it. It's one heck of a glare. It had better cooperate. You hear me, Scott? You stop that running right this instant. The sky doesn't seem inclined to listen to her, despite the commanding tone she's taking with it. Instead, the rain seems to increase. Ren wrinkles her nose in distaste at the start of events. Regrettable. What do you mean? Ren shrugs. I could paint this if I weren't out here. Shame to miss it is all. Is it just me, or is this running slower because of the rain? I think it is. She doesn't seem angry or annoyed about it, just a little disappointed. Emmy laughs in response to Ren's comment. Guess we should have stopped that art supply store after all, huh? Ren increases a little more, offended that we haven't fled yet. Despite the warm temperatures we've been enjoying, the rain is rather cold. I wish I'd brought my umbrella. Hey, we should probably head inside to keep dry. We're already pretty wet, Hassao. Yeah, but we can dry off this way and maybe wait out the storm. You don't want to catch a cold or anything, do you? I want to say that this rainstorm actually plays a part in Ren's arc as well. I want to say that. I'm not 100% sure if it does though. Emmy considers this for a moment. I can tell that part of her wants to stay out in the rain just despite the weather. Unfortunately for her, the weather hardly cares about what we do. I suppose you're right. Where could we go? I don't have an answer for her. The area is still pretty new to me. Though I guess I'm slowly getting used to the school itself, the surrounding town remains a mystery. All I know is the art supply store, and that's only because we just passed by it. Fortunately, Emmy soon snaps her fingers in triumph. That's it! There's a tea shop nearby. I wonder where they're gonna go. We could have some tea and dry out, no problem. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. Great, you know where it is? Emmy nods, looking fairly confident. Sure do. I think. Okay, I kind of wish we'd get away from this rain, because it is slowing down my Katawa Shoujo. Better to be an adventurer either way, right? Adventurer? Huh. Well, I suppose we could use a little adventure. I think as long as we get out of the rain, I'll be happy. Biscuit bag. This clip, god damn it. The picnic basket is a little lighter now, at least. Lead on. Ren and I follow Emmy as she weaves through the streets with something approaching confidence. Now, left here. There! The Shanghai! Oh, I didn't see that coming! Emmy beams triumphantly as she points to the tea shop. It seems fairly crowded inside, a symptom of the sudden rain, I'm sure. Well, welcome. I'm surprised to find out that our waitress is none other than Yuko. She sure looks the part in her uniform. It's hard to believe that this is the same librarian from our school. Does she work two jobs? Guess that must be it. Oh, it's you. Yuko seems to know Emmy. Emmy grins brightly, pleased to be remembered. Hey, Yuko! Hi, Yuko. Didn't know you worked here, too. Do I know you? You seem awfully familiar, but I don't think I've ever seen you in here. We met at your other job, Yamaku Library, remember? Her eyes widen in memory. Yeah, that's it. Nice to see you again. Oh no, this is bad. I should have remembered a customer's face. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry. Yuko goes from realization to panic in a split second, performing a series of high-speed bows. I narrowly avoid getting headbutted in the process. Whoa, hey, calm down. Listen, I wasn't a customer when we first met. In fact, I hadn't even ever been to Shanghai, so it's alright. Not the best display of logic, but it seems to relax it along. You really think so? Yeah, I'm sure. Positive. Isn't that right, girls? Emmy's been watching this little drama unfold with considerable bemusement. Yep, it sure is. Oh, okay. So Yuko, got room to seat us? Yuko nods and leads us to a corner booth, providing us with some small palate before taking our order. What will you have? Cake! And some tea too, I guess. What kind of cake? Surprise me. Yuko looks uncomfortable at the thought of surprising anyone, but she gives a nod and turns to Ren. And for you? I'll take a straw. My feet are all wet. Sorry? The drinking kind of straw. One, please. Yuko's obviously uncertain of what to think about this. She fiddles with her pen and stationery for a moment, looking like she's about to cry, before turning in my direction. And you, sir? Just tea, I think. Emmy would probably yell at me if I ordered cake. Oh, come on, Hisao. Don't let me be the only one with food. I feel like a pig. Just trying to eat healthy. Your orders, after all. Well, today's your day off. You can be healthy tomorrow. Well, then I suppose I'll have some cake after all. Yuko seems slightly irritated that I'm changing my mind. What kind? I glance at Emmy and grin. Surprise me. Yuko sighs and nods. Very well. Your order will get out soon. There's a certain line I'm waiting for, and I'll stop after we see this line. There's a joke associated with it. Despite the crowd, our order does indeed arrive quickly. Thanks, Yuko. Yuko nods in appreciation. This is a different guy than usual, isn't it? What? Different guy? Emmy must notice my confusion, because she seems a little embarrassed. What? Oh, yeah, I guess he is. This is my friend Hisao. We've met. Huh, small world. Well, let me know if you need anything. With that, Yuko takes off like a shot to wait on some other tables, leaving me to ponder her comment. Different guy, huh? Guess it makes sense, right? Emmy's pretty popular, or so I've been told. It's probably that kid from the track team. This is stupid. I can just ask Emmy. So who's this other guy, huh? You got a secret lover or something? Emmy laughs again, only I get the feeling it's from nervousness as much as anything else. He's just the track team captain. He likes coming down here after practice sometimes. Oh god, the track team captain. He's an important character. We never actually meet him, but he's a very important character. Very important. The most important of characters that you never meet. So if we have anything to discuss, I tag along. Sounds mighty suspicious to me. Oh, I see. I could let the matter drop, but I can't resist at least getting there to dig in. So it is a secret lover. I knew it! Ren watches our play, seeming mildly amused before muttering something that I don't quite catch. Anyway. What? Huh? Ren jerks back from wherever her mind wandered off to. Huh? What did you just say? Huh? No, before that. No idea. Oh, well. Okay. I let the matter drop, but I can't help notice that Emmy seems relieved that Ren interrupted the conversation. Maybe I went a little too far. Conversation dies down for a moment as Emmy and I busy ourselves with cake. Mine is strawberry, and surprisingly good. Amy seems to think so too, as she suddenly reaches over with her fork and steals a bit. Thief. Pirate. There's a difference. We're not on water. Well, no, but there's a lot of water outside, so it still works, right? Besides, you can have some of mine. I think it's cranberry or something. I should have asked for the strawberry. I like strawberries. Feel free to help yourself to mine if you really must. For some reason, I feel compelled to add, seeing as how you've already done it once and all. Amy sticks her tongue out at me, but that doesn't stop her from appropriating my cake. I try some of hers as well. It's raspberry, and pretty good. The rain slowed up. It would appear that Rin is correct. Good timing, too. I finished my food, and it looks like Emmy has as well. But we better pay and get a move on before it starts raining again. You serious? We didn't even get that line? Frig! Wait, was that an extra... I'm pretty sure that's a real line. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. God damn it. Well, now that I've been disappointed by not seeing the line I wanted to see, damn it, I guess I'll end it off here. So, next time on Let's Read Katawa Shoujo, we will most likely return to school and do other things, and maybe, possibly, probably not, get to Act 3. Because I think we're getting close. I think we're only a scene or two away. But until then, I'm Reckoning. You, the viewer, give me a like or favorite if you like this video. Give me a comment telling me whatever you want to tell me. Or tell me to improve my speech patterns. Because I probably need to do that. And I will see you in the next one.